This girl lived a hard life, and I know that. And my first thoughts were, I'll pray for her, and that'll be it. But as I'm cutting grass, God says, you need to go see this family. Go over there. I don't know where they live, but I know how to get the information, and I'll go. So I cut grass, I come in and got a shower, and then I went over there. I was telling Megan that I was going to go, and I said, God told me. And Stanton said, God spoke to you? I said, yes, son, he did. It doesn't always happen, and it's not always as clear. But folks, when you take the time and you're obedient to him, he will speak to you. And he will tell you what he needs you to know. It's interesting, our Sunday school lesson this morning was on Jonah, and a few years back, I preached a message on Jonah, and I drove up the road, and there was a guy out there cutting grass. I don't know if you remember this story. Some of you might. God said, you need to go speak to that guy. So I come home down here. I'd taken my grandmother home. I said, Megan, I got to go speak to this guy. Well, I went and spoke to this guy. He put me off to the next guy. Then it was the third guy who was the one that I was there to speak with. Didn't have any idea. He was living in sin. He'd run from God. I didn't know. I just started talking to him. The guy has since gotten in a right relationship with God, a right relationship with his family in the last couple of years. And it's a joy to see. And it's just because one time I was obedient. I'm not saying that to puff myself up. I'm just saying that as we listen to what God says, he will speak to us and he will show us what it is that we need to do. And then he will provide the power in which to do it. And we can perform powerful things. Miracles can happen as we see God work through things. God is still God. We don't see the miracles because we don't access the power. Jesus said, greater things than these you will do. Jesus did great things. By the way, also we read this morning, Jesus was baptized. And he was God. So if he was obedient to what God had to say, then why don't we put ourselves in a position where we're not going to be obedient? Something to think about. So as we kind of wrap up, as we look at this today, I want us to look again at that verse in Isaiah. It's right there at the end. Something happened. I've lost everything here. There it is. Therefore the Lord said, inasmuch as these people draw near with their mouths and honor me with their lips, but have removed their hearts far from me. It's not enough just to say, I love Jesus. It's not. Went to a Promise Keepers conference in Atlanta one time. Half of Phillips Arena on this side was saying, I love Jesus. Yes, I do. I love Jesus. How about you? And the response came from this other side. It's great. But what we do speaks more than what we say. Actions speak louder than words, yes? When we tell our kids don't do this and we do the same thing, they watch. They learn. We can't live a do as I say, not as I do. We can't do that. We must live the life that God has called us to live. And not only honor him with our mouth and our lips, but honor him with our lives, with our actions. What is it that God is calling you to do today? I ask that question quite a lot here. But I think it's important for us to answer. And what he calls you to do today may be different than what he calls you to do a week from now, or what he's called you to do 2 years ago. We're in the process, getting ready to start the process of planning for next church year. Nominating committee will be getting together. The financial committee will be getting together. And we've got to get all these things in order so that we can get ready for the next year. What is it that God is impressing on you to do. Let someone know so we can find a place so that you can serve, so that you can do what He would have you do. Paul talks about the unity of the body and the body being able to do. Well, He hasn't called us all to be rear ends and to sit. He's called us to be active and to do what He wants. The world's changing, but God isn't. Amen. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. As we get ready to close and have our time of invitation this morning, I just invite you to bow your head and close your eyes. I just want you to think through what it is that God is speaking to you as an individual. What is it that He's sharing with you? What is it that He's gifted you to do that He's gifted no one else to do? And if you don't do it, it won't get done. What purpose, what plan does He have for your life? Because He has one for each of us. Are you following hard after Him? Maybe you're here today and you've never understood what Jesus has done for you. Everyone is born into this life a sinner. And until we accept Jesus' payment for that sin, we are apart from God. We will be in the group that He says, "Depart from me," if we don't know Him. Maybe you have accepted Jesus, but you've never followed in believer's baptism. I urge you to come and take that step of obedience. Maybe God is working in your life and He wants you to come and join this church. We accept members by letter. We accept members by statement. We accept members by baptism. Perhaps you're just in need of prayer this morning. Or you need to pray for someone. When the song is being sung, I just urge you to come. Don't wait. Don't wait. Father, thank you so much for this time you've given us to be here. I pray now, Father, that you would honor your word, that you would speak to these people, that you would move in hearts, that you would be uplifted and glorified and honored and given your proper place. We pray these things in Jesus' name.